I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, the spinoff from the web series The Two Dicks. I'm Al Ducharme in the tropical place of the Valley in Studio City, California. Don't be fooled by the fakeness. Now, that guy, whoop, right over there, Al Romas, the weary traveler, is actually, he's on the island of St. Martin, the Dutch side. You know what that means? Oh, where do I get my drugs, man? Hey, listen, see that wallet? It's mine now. But he what time was your flight this morning?
Flight out of Tampa Bay to Miami was at 8:15, and the airport was packed. I got there at 7:30 or 7:15, packed. And the machines were down, the kiosks, and but thank God I had priority, but I haven't flown on American in a year.
They're supposed to carry it over for you.
But I just went on the priority line. I was like, because the other line wrapped around. I never would have made it.
No.
So I went on the priority line, and the guy said he didn't ask me anything, didn't charge me for my bag. My bag was 40 pounds heavier than it should have been because, I'm packed for 6 months. I threw everything I owned in there.
Yeah, and that vibrating and dildo collection you have is pretty heavy.
Impressive. Thank you. It's, it's a man needs hobbies. And I even brought this, the goddamn Two Dicks mug. Such a professional. I got the damn mug here in St. Martin. So then the flight.
Good.
Thank you. Miami.
I'm going to let you continue your story in a second. I just have a little tag joke about your vibrator dildo collection. And the reason I'm privy to it is because I had asked you if I could see it so that when I purchased your Christmas gift, I wouldn't duplicate something you already had.
Oh, okay. Well, that was worth it. Then I flew Miami to St. Martin and got into St. Martin, I guess 2:30 airport. A lot of, protocols going on, proving you're vaccinated and PCR test and all these tests. And but then, and then
I got a little myself.
Oh boy. Got to the hotel and they had it very well, set up like you're not checking in like a normal guest. It was the ship, performers and crew, and you go to your room, you stay in a little bubble. It's like everyone's in a little bubble. Then we get in the elevator, go to the room, the door is open, there's no key. Once you close the door, it's closed till you don't leave till Wednesday.
You're hermetically sealed? You don't have a key to your room?
I don't have a key to my room because I can't leave.
Oh, that's the trick they do. If you leave, you get locked out unless you put something in there, like one of your vibrators or your dildos would hold the door.
Well, they have security down there, and you got to wear. I took it off because I'm staying in the room, but there's a wristband. If you're on the ship, you have a wristband, so you're not allowed to go in and go buy a coffee or go do something. They have security all over the hotel. Because I didn't think about it. So after I got my stuff, I thought, oh, that's a good coffee shop. Let me go in and get a coffee. And the guy's like, hey, excuse me. Got to go to your room. Come on. Got to go to the room. You can't go in there.
You're a prisoner. You're a prisoner.
I'm a well-paid prisoner, sir.
That is true. You are being compensated.
And I have a balcony. Behind this curtain is a balcony.
Can you smoke a cigar out there?
And Big Daddy will be smoking cigars on the balcony, drinking his coffee. Things could be worse. You know what I mean?
No, it's
things could be worse.
I'm going to say it could be worse. And you're going to get room service
4 times a day.
So this is when Al was a younger man, he joined the Navy and spent 4 years in the Navy. So this is old school to him. He can adjust. He's already adjusted.
I'm adjusting, but the Navy a little different. We worked 12 on, out, 12 off, and then slept in a room. My room that I'm in right now is bigger than the entire berthing area that held in that half of our berthing, maybe 45 men.
Wow.
So it's a little different.
That was your fantasy, 45 men, right?
45 men. That was a Springsteen song, if I'm not wrong. 45 men. Wasn't that it? Or
12 of them were angry. The 12 Angry Men was a movie.
Oh, it was 45 shots or something like that. Wasn't it 40 shots?
I think it was 50.
What was that song?
Wasn't it like 51, 57 shots? About the guy. You know what happened? The guy in Harlem fit the description of somebody that the cops are looking for who was dangerous, who was armed.
These cops
he said, let's see your hands. And he went for the wallet, which anybody could do. pulled the
Right.
wallet out at night.
Right.
And
Oh,
they all thought it was a gun. Boom, 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 boom. No
right.
excuse. No excuse. But
This
you got to
seems
listen.
happen a lot.
You got to
Seems
listen.
happen a lot.
It happens often, and
Seems to happen.
unfortunately, it happens when the cops and the perpetrator or the victim are a different color, and that's when we have issues, folks. We have issues, and the reason
We
why
do.
the reason why
Mhm.
when it happens to a white person getting shot by a
Mhm.
white cop, the reason why we don't
Mhm.
hear about it is because it never happens.
That's true.
Sorry.
Whitey is the man.
I'm sorry. I'm. You know what I'm doing here.
Whitey,
You know, I'm making a bad
trying
joke
to get views
about
and
an
clicks.
issue. We have an issue.
We're trying to get views and clicks. We don't give a shit what
we're
we
trying to
say.
get views and clicks.
That's right. Hey, by the way, what happened to your head? What's going on there? If you're not watching the video, if you're not on the Patreon, join our Patreon.
I just woke up.
Patreon.com/the2dicks. You want to see Al lost a bet with a blind barber who had hiccups. I don't know what the fuck is going on there, but tell us what happened.
I went to SuperSucks,
That is awful.
and a 65-year-old woman who probably just got the gig to get her $10 an hour, and I tipped her well. I tipped her $10, but
I would have tipped her over and
she was
fucking
nervous.
raped
She
her.
was nervous,
Jesus.
and I didn't care because it was so
She's awful.
long. My hair was
Ugh.
the longest it had been in 30 years. She cut off. My hair was longer than my penis,
But she cut it all off.
She did.
Yeah, you
I
didn't
said-
ask. They never.
I asked her to
that's
use
the
a
only-
clipper number 4. And as she's going through my hair, the clipper broke. It fell apart. So she said, "Oh, all I have is a 3." I said, "Go ahead." Whap, whap.
You should have asked for Mambo number 5.
Mambo number 5 is what I should have asked for.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't care
Well,
because
I see that.
I thought you'd like it. It would remind you of the Navy, which you're going to be in for the next 6 months.
Very different Navy, sir. You obviously never served.
I served fish and chips in my parents' diner.
You know, they have a barber shop in the Tampa airport.
They should. That's one of the best airports. And I've traveled
Do you
around
want
the
that?
world.
Do you want that? Do you want that? Do you want your hair being cut by somebody who knows you're leaving town?
How
immediately
convenient would that be? Like, fuck, I didn't get a chance to cut my hair. I'm on my way to a wedding. I look like a fucking goon.
Dude,
and then this happens.
I just slipped one of my old jokes in and you went right past it.
Oh, I can fix it in editing. Start again. Do
you never do. You never fix anything in editing.
People like
I'll
to
fix
see
it in
that
editing.
we're real and we're human. And
I'll
we
fix
make
it in
mistakes.
editing. Nothing gets fixed in editing.
All right.
Anyway,
So
I'm not going to
tell me,
repeat the joke. People heard it. People heard it.
No, I want to hear it. What?
You didn't even hear it. You were
No,
thinking
I was
so far
gabbing.
ahead of what you were going to say. You didn't even hear what I said.
Guilty as charged. You know what it is? Sometimes I ruin your jokes.
Sometimes. I was throwing.
Do I want it? Do I want the barbershop at the airport?
No.
Why?
You want your hair being cut by somebody who knows you're leaving town immediately? Oh, boy.
All right, it's a
It's
funny
always
joke.
funnier the second time.
No, that was because I didn't hear it the first time.
I know. I can't believe you. I said it clearly. You were so ready to talk. You didn't even hear what I said. It's amazing.
Guilty. I'm not.
Oh my God.
I was wrong, and you were right.
But it's amazing.
Here's
I'm
the
just
thing.
saying it's amazing.
It's not amazing because you think you're right all the time and you're not. And I'm just saying, look how easy it was to say I was wrong, Al. I apologize. See, we move on, but you're stuck on it. You're
No,
living
we
in
can
the
move
past. We're living in the past about.
I think
it wasn't even. Here's what you would say if I reverse. You would. Oh, that joke stunk. It stinks. Ugh. That's what you would say, and I'm like, that was a good joke. I'm sorry. I'll fix it in editing.
There'll be no editing. Hey, who's on our next pod? Let's tease the next pod.
I'll give you his initials.
Do it.
Ready?
Do it.
VD. We have
VD.
We have VD on the podcast.
Oh, I'm getting
future.
a call in my room.
Your dinner's coming. Are you gonna have to put on a mask?
Hold on.
Don't get it. I'll fix it in editing. I'll fix it in post.
Hold on.
Go get your meal. Watch what this guy eats.
Hello.
He is a fucking glutton. He claims that he lost 22 pounds during the pandemic, whereas I put on 8.
Can they just bring it up with whenever they bring the dinner.
That's code for hooker.
Does that work?
A little
Okay.
Dutch Phillipsburg action.
All right.
Hooker.
Hold on.
He's getting a hooker. You got a hooker. Was that dinner? Is that dinner?
Did you cover that? Did you cover that, Al?
I'm a pro, pal.
Nice.
So what did you order for dinner? Did they pick it for you?
You know, it was a thing of I don't even remember now. It was like basic dinner stuff, and then you could pick if it's like, oh, you motherfucker.
Oh my God, dessert! It's got to be dessert.
Hold on.
Yo, man, I know you wanted the skinny one, but I'm going to send up the big girl.
Yes. Hey. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Or I could just send it to you in Messenger if you want.
This is a disaster. This is a disaster. He's on the phone right now.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
Okay, buddy. He's on the French
I
island
will. Thanks, pal.
of Saint Martin.
All right, bye.
But you're on the Dutch side.
All
So
right.
thank you, sir. Thanks, buddy. I'm American. Thank you, pal. I covered.
Al, it's your dream. Yeah, you got the podcast to yourself. That was probably a wet dream of yours from half a year now, at least.
I do. I have actually. Actually, I have another podcast where it's called.
You do?
It's called The One Dick, and it's very big in Europe.
That was my friend, our friend. I believe you know Juggy. Our man, Juggy Jugdish owns a cigar shop, T-shirt shop in St. Martin, and he was nice enough to agree to drop off some cigars for me here at the hotel. And that was Juggy. The second call, the first call was letting me know there was a delivery at the front desk. I said, just bring it up with dinner. That's fine. And that was Juggy just letting me know that he dropped off the cigars. And then he said, you need anything else? You need any liquor? Any mixers? I didn't even think of that. I was like, I may have to get in touch with Juggy. I didn't think about liquor and mixers. You know what I mean? I've been out of the drinking game for a while.
When I think of Juggy, I think of liquor.
You think
he has the world's smallest bar at his store up the alley there? Just off the beach.
He does.
How great is that?
He does. If you're in St. Martin, you gotta. I mean, it really has become a thing. Even though it's just a little tiny place in an alley, it's been written about in the New York Times. It's just one of those things. It is the world's smallest bar, and it's Juggy. This guy is just he's the opposite of me. If people said, "Hey, can we sit down?" I'd be like, "Go fuck yourself." But Juggy, sit down, come here, and listen to my bullshit. And he loves people. He loves to chat. And I love the guy, but the worst part of Juggy is when you hang out with him, he tells all the other people, "Oh, this is Al from the ship. He's a comedian," and you go, "Oh, Jesus."
Well,
it's like you're a couple hours to be incognito.
Right. Well, here's the deal. If you want to take a break from the beaten path, all the touristy places, all the people from the cruise ship, the passengers are all going to go to the places right on the beach, and they're shoulder to shoulder. And it's kind of cool if you like that thing, and you can go for a dip. But if you want to take a break from that, you go up the alley, and there's a half a dozen seats in the alley next to the world's smallest bar, Juggy's place, and he has brassieres hanging from the ceiling that are donated by women. And every time a woman donates her brassiere, he makes a donation to breast cancer awareness. Isn't that cool?
$5 if you give him a bra, $10 if you let him take it off, and $20 if you let him check for lumps. That's the
motto. That's the
yeah. But he's a genius with the alleyway because people, they're looking for a bathroom. He has signs, clean bathrooms, and they're hard to find on the beach. So then Juggy will go, "Oh, right in my stored bathroom," and then they have to walk past like a casino. They have to walk past everything to get to that bathroom.
And then on the way out, something.
Right. And then on the way out, "Oh, why don't you sit down with us? We're all talking. That's all, blah, blah, blah," you know. So people sit, and then he starts with the drinks and then the cigars, and he's got some deal. I remember that it's like a little Cuban about this big, $2. You get that cigar and a beer. I think that's 2 beers and a cigar, $5, some deal like that.
I usually personally get that, but I also get some Gouda cheese and then some hot sauce. And my wife says, "Make sure you get the Juggy's hot sauce." So I
That
usually
little-
bring
that-
both of those.
Dude, that's for a child. That little cigar. Come on now.
Huh?
Come on. That's for a
Well-
child. That little cigar.
Well,
That's not for.
I bring my nephew.
It's not for a goddamn man.
I wheel him over in the carriage.
And you like the hot sauce? It's good stuff.
My
Yeah,
wife loves.
and
My
the
wife
cheese.
loves it.
People love that cheese. I don't get it. I bought it one time. It was good, but I mean, I'm not gonna fucking fly from
Well,
St.
his
Martin
price
to home with
point
cheese.
is if you buy it on the beach, it's like 30%.
How much cheese do you need, though? How much cheese do you fucking need, people? Come on. You know what I'm saying? I just
No,
don't.
I don't. I buy the cheese. You're making fun of me.
All right.
You're saying I'm being
buy the-
excessive with my cheese intake.
You don't. All right. You buy
If
the
I go
cheese.
if I go there twice a year, if I go there 6 times a year, I
Mhm.
buy cheese twice and
Mhm.
hot sauce.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
So-
buy that booze. I forget what it's called, but he calls it "Raise the Dead."
Oh,
It's really good, and
if I don't have a
you know.
show that night, I do it.
it's rather potent.
Mhm. It's his own.
Potent potables.
It's his own mixture, homemade rum with a
Yeah.
little zinger to it.
Yeah, he does a lot of his homemade shit. He's got chocolate rum, but all this stuff's available. If you would just look up Juggy's Place on the internet, you can
And
buy it on his
Phillipsburg,
website. He'll
Saint
ship
Martin.
it to you. And it's all good stuff. I mean, really, I'm not just I wouldn't just promote it just because he's a friend. If he wants to sponsor the show, that'd be nice. But
He
don't
did
think-
go through 2 hurricanes and
Yeah.
a pandemic in the last 3
What's
years.
your point?
So if you want to help him out,
I was thinking today, I could, if the CDC doesn't change things and Florida opening, I will be out of the country for 6 months. Think about that.
I did.
Out of the
I don't think
out
it's
of the
gonna
US.
I think maybe 2 or 3 months, but I think it's going to lax after that. It's
we'll
ridiculous
be
that you
back.
can get on a plane, but you can't. The CDC is being tight with the cruise ships. There's more space. They have better filtration. They
Yes.
have all the protocols are in place. It's got to be one of the safest places to be, but
What-
yet you
100%.
can fly wherever you want in that fucking little tube.
Packed.
It's ridiculous, and I
Not
think
an
it's
empty seat.
because I think it's because all the ships, or a majority of them, are registered offshore, and they avoid certain pay.
I think that's part of it.
But
And I
the,
think the
but
media
the Royal
when-
Caribbean has got an office in Miami. They all have offices now where that is all taxed, and the revenue that they make when a
Right.
ship pulls in, 2 ships, 3 ships, 10 ships pull into a port somewhere, there's an exchange of 100,000 people, and they have stayed 1-2 nights in a hotel prior to that. They're out in the restaurants, the shops. The local economy is booming.
Yeah, well, you got Death Santis, the governor of Florida, suing the CDC because he's like,
and I don't
these
like that
people-
guy, but I agree.
I
with
don't
him
like the guy either, but
100%,
you got to
100%.
agree with them. I mean, all those people are. I mean, the amount of jobs, and it is the only industry that's really been it's over. Like you can't work. And what's the difference if I now fly out to St. Martin and get on the ship and people are all going to be, and then we're going to Nassau June 1st, and everyone who wants to go on a cruise is going to fly to Nassau and get on, and then they're going to hit a bunch of ports. And why can't it be Fort Lauderdale? And I
The
think it
stupid
will
Jones Act, that
be. I
archaic
think it will be.
Jones Act is ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
where the ship has to sail to a foreign port before it can return to the U.S. And that was all
Yeah.
to control. Was it immigration and people pulling shit behind the backs
It
of?
would-
It's
That
all
was like
it's
the
all,
early.
It's all digital now.
1900s.
You
Yeah.
can't go anywhere. There's security cameras and
Yeah. So I think that'll change. I think it'll be back. I think we'll be in Florida by the end of the summer ish. I think other ships will be there. I think people will be back to work. But I think, and from rumors I hear, I think like comedians and singers and jugglers, and I think it's going to be long-term contracts for this foreseeable future.
Well, I inquired when they asked me, and I said, "What is long? Can you give us an idea?" And they said, "We don't know." And I said,
6 months.
"Is
That's
4 to
pretty
6
long.
weeks seem for a comedian? Does that seem long?" And they said, "Yes, that seems long enough." And I said, "Okay." So I put that in my paper. What did you do? Did you put in a year?
No, I did not. I said 4. I think I said 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 weeks, but no more than that.
Right.
But then
The
when this offer
in.
came in, I just did the math and went, yes,
no,
yes,
absolutely. Suck it
yes,
up. Suck it up.
suck it up.
And then for the following 6 months, you have a choice of doing land or sea or where you want to go. And your bank account is going to be replenished from the year that you lost.
14 months. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think for the foreseeable, it is going to, I don't know whether it'll be 6 months, but it's not, I think the 2 weeks on, a week on, week off, 2 weeks on, a week, I think those are gone for a while.
Well,
because look at, if you have to go through any kind of protocols at all, they're not going to be bringing people on and off, you know?
Well, I think
but this is extensive. This
it is,
extensive.
but it's ideal for you. And I think people know now, it's public knowledge that you are somewhat newly divorced and you don't have children. So this situation kind of
what? I didn't. Oh,
I can
know
fix
that.
it in post.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't have children. I thought I had.
Well, you
kids.
do, but you just don't. You don't pay for them.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Well, he's 30 years old now.
You're a deadbeat dick.
Fuck him.
If someone came up to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I'm 28 years old," they'd be like, "Yes, welcome, son. You're educated, and you're not a child, and it didn't cost me a penny. Come,
it'd be fun to hang
care of
out
me
with
when I
him.
get older."
And it'd be fun to hang out with the guy. Sure. You know what I mean? Like John Lennon didn't know his father, and then when he became a Beatle, the father showed up. He's like, "Hey, Sonny boy, how are you?
How you doing?"
But
with
they had
the
like
80 mil?
They had like a 4-hour meeting, and then Lennon booted him out of there. Said, "Get out! I never want to see you again." That was the end. But then the guy went and made a record. He actually had a record. He went into a little studio. He goes, "I'm John Lennon's father," you know, and so they wrote a song for him, and he had a record, and it was like a hit in London.
You mean like a curiosity hit?
Yeah, people were so infatuated with the Beatles and all things Beatles, they bought Freddie Lennon's single, and it was a bit of a hit. Yeah, so
holy shit, you really are a Beatles junkie. You and your sister Linda love those Beatles.
Yeah, well, you know, back in the day, we didn't have the internet and things, so if you got into something, I went into it. The rabbit hole of books and
yeah, but you must have been frozen for about 15 years because your references are before your age.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, a lot of your references are way before you even born, but you're an old school guy.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Are they my references? I don't know what that means. My references. Which reference are we talking about? Like, give me an example.
You guys suffered during the Depression.
Oh. Well, it wasn't easy, I'll tell you. You know.
Meanwhile, he has dinner and cigars being delivered to him, and he's staying at a resort in the Caribbean. So things have changed.
It's not bad. Things are looking up. I got to be honest.
The first 2 hours,
a couple days
good.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like loopy because I got up. I didn't sleep last night. The AC was on the fritz, which that's a weird expression, by the way. The fritz. I don't know where that came from.
Where does that come? Is that staying at the Ritz and then they're staying at the Fritz? Wasn't that like the CD place next door?
Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad.
I just came up with that. That's not
bad though. Yeah. I like that because the Ritz would be 5-star and the Fritz would be, and then things are you know, pretty good.
Wow. He didn't say stink or yuck.
No, that's pretty good. I like that though. The Fritz.
The Fritz.
But yeah, so the AC was on the Fritz, so that was uncomfortable sleeping, and then at the airport by 6:45, and then that's the thing you don't miss from the pandemic. Like, we haven't had this in 14 months where the travel, you got so used to it, it never phased me. And then today, getting out of the car and just seeing a line of people, it's like, oh my God, it was overwhelming. And then it's like, you got to do all that shit. You got to get in that mindset. All right, I'm like the traveling guy now. I got to fucking do this. And a little rusty, you know what I mean? Like a little rusty at it, but
I've been like that, but not quite the hiatus that we've taken. I've done it a few times over the years where I was like, I didn't go anywhere for like 2 months, and then I had to get back into the swing, just as you're talking about here. And
it was
like, oh, because you're automatic when you're doing it all the time. It's just
right.
Like, boom, boom, boom. And all you do is you get pissed off at people that are amateurs. Look at these fucking idiots.
Yes. Well, today I was an amateur in Miami. I got on the Skylink train to go to Terminal E, and then I was on it, and I'm looking. I go, I don't know where I'm going. And I'm looking, I start looking up because it was always, I just knew where I was going. Then I look up at the signs, D1 through 4, and it's all D's. I'm on the, like, is this E? So then I went to the end, and then I realized the middle of it, D 15 to 30, has a link to E. So that's your second stop. I went all the way to 4, thinking they were going to go E terminal. They don't say, but again, I haven't been in the place in 15 months.
Yeah, but I will say that's a little bit weird that it's done that way, and I know why they.
It is weird
because the D was
Miami,
built before. Yeah, whatever. But
because Miami, you know what I mean?
That's
Miami, what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They fuck with you. People always go, yeah, that's the original because of the cocaine. Because the cocaine goes through there. They have to change it up all the time, so the guys don't know what they're like. No.
That's
that
the original
70s.
airport. That whole E concourse is the original.
Yeah, well, you know, it's offered. So here's another rookie mistake travel I made. You know, when you get to an airport, and if people listening, and if you don't do this, you should. If you are hungry and you see something good, like really you want that good, eat right there. Don't think, oh, I'll walk to my terminal and there'll be something just as good or better.
You'll be
No,
disappointed 9 out of 10
go
times.
with the good food, enjoy it, and then walk to your terminal. Rookie today, I went, I bet there's something good down at E.
No.
Well, I walk all the way to, you know, at E is a fucking cart. There's a cart.
It's not. There's that one bar, Sam Adams bar or whatever it is, or
closed.
Oh,
Pandemic.
That's the only thing that saved E. Now there used to be a lounge.
Closed.
Do you belong to any of the lounges?
I did. I don't now
because everything expired.
You know, but everything was closed. All the Sam Adams, all those type of places, except for the cart, and they had empanadas.
You were downstairs. Do you know the new one?
No, upstairs.
You were in upstairs?
Yeah.
It's limited.
Oh, brutal.
The upstairs is new, but it doesn't have. Yeah, you're better off going back to the D.
Little grass shack. Yeah, go back to D. You go back to D. That's what you do.
Even the American Express Centurion Lounge is they expanded it. They doubled the space, but it is just jammed.
Yeah.
It's jammed.
Well, then they're changing those lounges too, right? I think you can't bring a guest anymore. I think there've been changes.
Yeah, they're a little bit more strict now.
To COVID, yeah. You can go in, but like I can't bring you in, or you can't bring me in if I'm not a member, or some kind of horse shit like that.
Hey, Scooter, we have to wrap it up here.
Wrap it up.
I think that our listeners experienced that you had you took some phone calls, you had room service, and you have cigars coming, and they feel bad for you.
Good.
They feel terrible
because I've suffered for 15 months, and now it's your turn.
You've been suffering.
You have a wife who's
Yeah,
she's
let me
doing
tell you
comedy.
something right now.
She's
the first couple of months with the wife, that was great.
You guys are performing in the
3 through 7, pretty rough. Now we worked it out. Now that she moved me to the garage, things are working out better.
Check out Al Ducharme's Facebook page. You'll see he and his wife Bernie were performing somewhere in cold climates. I don't know where the hell you live. I don't understand it. Heavy jackets, hats. What is going on? You're always cold. I don't understand.
Because we were in Ventura and it was at night. The desert gets cold, and you got to remember it's only been in the 60s. 2 weeks ago it was 80 something. It's just crazy out here. But when you acclimate to the warmer climates, if it dips down to 59, 60 degrees, that is cold shit.
All right. Okay.
So we performed.
How was the gig? Quickly.
It was
the gig.
Okay. It was a brewery, and there's a bunch of these in these, like, it's like a strip mall, and you go in the back and there's like a loading dock, and then there's a brewery, and it's, beer tasting, but everything is outdoors except for the bathrooms. So, COVID. And they set up a bunch of tables. They have heaters and a Bose sound system. And people just love interacting and being a part of something that's not in their home. And they're just gracious. So you get 60 people and they sound like 150. And
isn't it weird people enjoy stand-up comedy? Like, I used to love it, but now that, isn't it weird? Like, I'm so out of it, the idea of sitting and watching. But people love it. But if you told me we have to go tonight, we have to sit outside and watch, or even inside and watch these guys talk, I couldn't do it.
Couldn't wait. Everybody put their jackets on, and
good for them. How much time did you do?
I did 3 hours, and everybody left hour 1. I just did a short set. I just did a little. Actually, Bernadette was headlining, so I just went out there and did a little 10, 12-minute spot, and it felt great.
Nice. Nice. What do you have coming up? What's next?
May 1st, I'll be doing the JR's outdoor drive-in event in Santa Clara.
Go see Al and flash them, and flash your lights, your high beams. Give them your high beams.
May 4th, I'll be in Pioneer Town. I mentioned this before. That's the town that's built as the Old West, and they filmed over 200 movies there. So I'll be there.
And I'll be at the Spawn Ranch hanging out with Squeaky from.
That's it. Are we done?
Where's my room service?
Where's the next podcast? Is it going to be actually from your cabin on the ship?
The next pod with VD, you, me, and VD. I will be on the ship.
All right, because if you have a sucky Wi-Fi, it just might be me and VD.
Why would I have a sucky Wi-Fi? I will not have a sucky Wi-Fi. We'll be ready to go. I'll be set up.
Sucky Wi-Fi, long time. Did I bring back the Navy days for you? All right. Hey, everybody, pay attention. Al's going to be on the cruise lines and doing Wi-Fi broadcasting of the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast from all over the Caribbean. It's going to be exciting. He's going to report to us, let us know what's going on.
I think I'm the only comedian in the Carib at sea. I believe that to be true. So follow my dispatches and we'll see what happens.
Could be true.
I think it's true. I think it is.
Arrivederci.
Peace.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker. Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, sure.
Subscribe. Mary.
Patreon.com/the2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.